Is there anything you would do differently, like along your journey, if you had the chance?
Nah, nothing I can think of. I feel like everything I did, I tried to do my best to be as informed as I could be at that moment. So yeah, nah. If I could, you want to ask me some imaginary stuff where I can control every instinct? Yeah, of course. My every instinct, I can control everybody else's instinct just to get what I want. I'm sure anybody would say, sure, if I could be a billionaire tomorrow, by just walking up to a billionaire, like, give me $1 billion, and then he'd be like, you know what, here. I love that, but my life, I've been very calculated, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of the things I wanted to do, and I've always done my best to be informed as best as I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, you learn along the way, but it's nothing I could really change because I wouldn't have the information to change it at that time.
Make the shot though.
Make the shot though? In there.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't clean, but you make it, you know what I'm saying? That's how life go. It ain't clean, but you made it, right?
What do you feel like is next for you?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I wish I could say I knew 100%, but I don't know. I feel like the world is changing more than it's ever changed in history all at one time. For me to say that I know would be disingenuous. And I feel like a lot of people, even people further along than I am, they don't know. That's what happens when the world is changing, and you kind of just hold on to the idea of, luck and perseverance. AKA you live, you work, and you hope to get lucky again, and you persevere longer than the next person, and you eventually make it. Unlike that shot, eventually you can make it, right? You keep shooting, you're gonna hit one. You know what I'm saying? See? You missed
shit.
that one.
Oh, well, damn.
And that's a
Damn,
test of life.
But it did go
Sometimes you hit a lot of shots, niggas ain't see. Ooh, bars. And that's why you don't worry about other people, man. In a real way. Like, people that's worried about other people are not doing enough. That's the easiest way to spot if somebody's not being productive, is if they worry about what you're doing. It's like, I'm not worried about what nobody else doing unless I'm trying to learn from them, but I'm not really in the business of trying to break down somebody else just for the sake of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people hate when they have no grasp on anything. So they just turn their energy to you. And it's like, man, life is a movie, for real. That's off. Life a movie for real. You can become whoever you want to become. They don't want you to know that. And people hate when you do that. They hate when you decide that you want to be something different. Wherever you born, wherever you from, they want you to be the lowest version of that. Because if you become the highest version, it makes them feel some type of way.
When you were talking about, like, if people are looking at what other people are doing, it just means that they're not doing enough. It just made me think of this one quote where it's like, only look into your neighbor's bowl to see if they have enough.
Ooh.
You feel me?
Only look into your neighbor's bowl to see.
You feel me?
That's good, bro. Whoever came with that quote is great, but that's anti-nature. People don't understand human nature is evil. We have the ability to raise our frequencies, but that's not where we're born. We're born here.
Yeah, given you're selfish. Yeah.
So you see judgmental people who just point out all the flaws in everybody and what's wrong with them. They operating at their lowest frequency. They put no effort into life. It don't matter how much money they got, how much success, they put no effort into real life. Because money is not life. Somebody created that.
Right.
Somebody made it up and was like, here's life. It's like, real life is this, people.
Right.
You put zero effort into people, you're a shitty human being.
And there's so much in life that'll, like, just tell you a swish. There's so much in life that'll just tell you that, like when you cook for people, or when you when you cook for people, you have like literal like serotonin like releasing, because it's like a primal thing. Like, I went and hunted and brought back. Now we all get to live.
And it's good. Don't let it be good.
So it's like, that's like your own indicator right there. It's like, bruh, that's the most important shit.
Yeah, I rock with that heavy.
What you feel like is the main factor that you attribute your success to?
Perseverance and luck.
You say luck?
Luck and perseverance, yep. And that's money. Let's go.
That's kind of a rare one. What makes you say luck?
Luck because hard work alone is not enough. Ever. Look around. It's dudes. I live in Miami. I drive past, it's dudes doing construction. That's manual labor. That's hard, bro. You in the heaping sun, hard work. A lot of those guys never become a millionaire. They never be able to. They're working with their labor, and they putting a whole lot of time and effort into it. And we need those guys. But it's luck to say you meet the right person at the right time. You get the right idea at the right time for you to be the guy that owns the construction company. You get what I'm saying? Or the window opens for you because maybe the old guy is starting to get lazier and you see a window. That's luck, because who say you got the chromosomes in the genes to be able to see those type of things? We all assume that everybody's a hunter because we think of like, oh, nature. Yeah, a lot of people die in nature. They don't, because they can't see that. You ever see those videos? The gazelles start running, and some of them don't see it. They just running, but they not running with the enthusiasm and the fiercity that the nigga in the front is, because he saw it. They just running like, all right, we just running, and you get grabbed. That's how life is. It'll grab you because you can't see. So it is partially luck that you have the genetics, the mindset, the chromosomes that allow you to be equipped to see the advantages. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know how many good ideas never see the light of day? We would never know. You look at the world around us. They told us they went to space, right? So imagine how many things from the time they went to space to now that was invented, that was amazing, that just never seen the light of day. We're never gonna know about it. We're never gonna see it. That laser gun somebody made, you can shoot a laser across the room and it actually impact. We don't see these things because it's about luck and timing. Everything, bro, like it's so much genius stuff in the world. Think about cures. They always online, people say, oh, they have the cures. The cures are not available for sale yet because it's not time. Once they make it available, trust and believe it's gonna cost an arm and a leg.
Where do you feel like perseverance plays a role into that? Because like that's luck, that's like visibility, like you might just not get seen and stuff like that. But is it just keeping at it?
Perseverance keeps you, in other words, it's tenacity. It's a survival. I think that when people think of survival, they think of people just coasting. But real, true survival is being full. Like, you don't survive if you're not full. Like, think about lions. They not eating just a little bit, like, oh, you know, no, I'm going to eat as much of you as possible.
Right.
And then I'm going to rest.
Right.
Until I'm hungry again. That's real, genuine survival. We manufacture survival to be like, oh yeah, you know, niggas just trying to survive. We trying to thrive. So we create new words to love, keep one-upping each other.
Right.
Yeah, nah, you need to be full on life. You need to be full on the things that you want to accomplish. Ooh, that was close. Perseverance, in my opinion, is consistency and repetition. And sometimes the consistency and the repetition layers another thing, which is adapting. So if you realize, hey, if I run straight and I don't ever catch anything to eat, then maybe I need to zigzag. Maybe I could create less distance between me and the thing. I don't know. But you gotta adapt. But you have to be constantly consistent. You gotta constantly be hunting. Perseverance is, are you a lion or are you a gazelle? Whichever one you pick, you have to still do your role. The gazelles always run. You never see the video of the nigga
right.
Man, I'm sick of this.
Let me talk it out.
No, they always persevere in the sense of trying to survive because they still gotta eat. They still got kids.
Right.
It's a
you be seeing them with scratches on their legs. They're like, fuck it though.
You never hear the gazelles having a meeting about the lions chasing them. Oh, they always chasing us every day. That's how life is. It's people above you, people beneath you that are always trying to take what you have. That's why back in the day, people used to say, if you put your problems down and you look back and try to, get them, it's gonna be gone. Because somebody would kill themselves to get your problems. Somebody missing have a heart palpitation that's gonna kill them. and you over there complaining because you feel like you don't got enough money. You think that person wouldn't trade spots with you?
I was just talking about this the other day with Tieta, where she was talking about
Fuck it.
almost. She was talking about like she was watching this Sad Guru. She was watching.
Love Sad Guru.
Yeah, it was like a quote from him, and he was talking about like, it's a miracle that the sun rose today. If the sun didn't rise today, everything in existence would be dead in an instant. You know what I mean? He's like, that's a good day. He was like, and it was just other examples like that. It's a miracle that blah, 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 it's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like one little thing happens and it fucks up your whole day and it's a bad day all of a sudden. And something you just said, I was just like, I remember it was a few months ago, my pockets was low and stuff like that. And I was in my car and I was having car issues at the time. I was just kind of like frustrated. And then I'm going to see a nigga walking across the street holding his bike tire. And I was like, let me shut the fuck up.
I think that's the first tier of gratitude. And it just keeps heightening when the more you understand, because that's the first tier, because it's still based in comparison.
Right.
Like, because that's part of the human existence. But there are different paths and tiers of enlightenment that you can get to, which is even that, bro. Think about it. A deer, a lion, they don't have no tiers. It's eat, die, the end. It's nothing else. You have a kid lion, you have a gazelle lion. That is no real meaning to their life in there. They don't have it. They're just like, yo, I'm born, I'm hungry, chase that thing. We have people that can say, yo, I haven't eaten in 100 days. Why? Well, just to see the limits of the human body. You got people that'll run, I forget the year, but they said it was a certain point in history where they thought it was impossible to run 1 mile. Think about that. Bro, when I was in high school, I was overweight. I ran 2.5 miles in 11 minutes. They thought at another time in history,
It's not possible.
it's impossible, you'll die. Until somebody did it, and then people kept pushing the limits. So the human existence is almost scary when you start thinking about it, because it's like it seems like our existence is constantly seeing how much we can manipulate the earth into being what we want it to be. And that's it. And then we'll use anybody and everybody as collateral damage to get to the end, because I guess the mindset is that the end justifies the means. If we can get robots, I guess, to do all the work, it doesn't matter how many people die, how many people suffer, how many people, starve. As long as we get to this next level of evolution, it's weird, bro. I'm a grateful type person, bro, because I've been through so much stuff that could make me a different person, and I'm grateful that, not because I'm so amazing, but I'm grateful that I got the chromosomes, the teachings,
There you go.
thing for me to be a person that's grateful and not an evil person. Because I feel like a lot of times I look at people who they do a lot of harm to people, and because I've been through a lot of stuff, I can see myself in them, and I'm like, that's a road that I could have went down, because pain has a way of turning people dark. And like, they want to just rob people, they want to kill people, they want to cause people pain because they in pain. A lot of stuff that I've been through in my life, I be thinking like, dang, like I'm just so grateful that I got lucky and I persevered. I kept waking up. No matter what issues came, I kept waking up, I kept pushing. A lot of people, they blame everybody else for what's going on around them.
Yeah.
Instead of participating. You can't sit on the sidelines talking about the game. You're not even in it. You're not in it. Pick up a ball.
Got John in there.
Look,
John.
he's in the game.
What's the main factor you would attribute your success to?
Come on.
Wow. Oh, we're going right into it.
Yeah.
The main factor, I think heart, I think connection, vulnerability, and consistency at the craft. I think more than ever is getting in, learning what melodies work, what things kind of don't, trial and error. A lot of failure. I think failure is the key, right? Never ever giving up. Never ever giving up.
Come
You know what
on.
I'm saying? It's the only way we learn. It's the only way we learn. I'm learning that right now. And, you know, I consider myself insanely blessed to be able to have music take us to a gym in Korea on a US base. I mean, this is the coolest part about what music can do if you don't give up.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Man.
I want to start a negative channel just because people so negative. They tune into negativity. And I want to just troll them. Even though I don't mean anything I'm going to say, but I'm just going to troll them. I'm like, yo, you're not going to make it. And I'm just say everything I mean, the nice version that I say, I'm just say the mean version of it. And I bet you.
Say, I'm going to miss this shot. And then you miss the shot. You're like, see, I'm not surprised.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
Negativity is a protection mechanism for motherfuckers that don't want to try.
Right.
Actually, I got a mic on this.
Cozy.
If you want to, this is
a magnet.
Magnet or a clip. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. People don't want to try.
Hey,
But you're pretty good at it.
I love it. You're right, man. People don't want to try.
And they don't want to see you try either. Or actually, they want to see you try, and then they want to laugh if you fail. That's the goal. That's the goal. It's like, oh, I want to see him try,
because then
and I hope to God he fails.
Because then it validates that they never had to try, and that's why they failed too.
Yep. The tale is old as time, bro. They killed Jesus not because he broke the law, but because he did it better than they did, and they didn't like it. They hated on Jesus, bro, and not just hated him, they killed him. In the Bible, it says that, like, if you follow Jesus, you're gonna be persecuted. If you want to translate that, if you try your best to fulfill goodness and love and peace, you're gonna be persecuted because it's not a peaceful world. You got to be an animal. Think about the people that have won in the real world. Napoleon, he conquered nations. Jesus could have conquered nations, right? He could have started an army. He could have been like, yo, I'm the son of God. Let's start a military and just start killing people. He had to take the L. And anybody that take up that garb, they going to take an L too.
He conquered the world.
You know what? That's.
You're going to be persecuted. That's in there. Nobody like to talk about that.
Paul.
Because it's not fun.
Paul.
Because that's not a good marketing. Because if you tell people, yo, if you take this, you're going to be persecuted. Nobody going to take it. So you got to trick them in, and then you never tell them. And then they get upset, like, why does it seem like everything is going wrong? They're like, yo, because you'll read.
Why does everything hurt? Why is it hard? Why is everything against me? Pick up your cross and follow me.
Everything was against you the day your daddy shot you out his nutsack. A trillion other motherfuckers was against you.
I was about to say, preach, bro. Preach.
A trillion other of them
But
was in that nutsack.
We're here, bro.
I won. He won. You won. And you over there
That's
doing
one way
nothing.
to look at it, but he's not wrong.
You can't be doing nothing with your life. And doing something doesn't always mean a job, because guess what? There will be no job soon. If this was 50 years ago, I would say that, but it ain't gonna always be jobs. You're gonna have to get close to whatever gods you believe in. You're gonna have to get close to the family that you don't like.
Right.
Because you're gonna need them. Yeah. And you're gonna have to find a way to utilize the internet to your benefit instead of just being a consumer, because the future is now. We in that time that you used to hear your grandma talking about. This is now.
You know what we're talking about? We're talking about how, like, when CDs first came out,
Technology.
everybody that was making music was freaking out, man. Like, oh man, I don't want to do this CD stuff. I want to go, I don't want to adapt or die. Right. Adapt or die. When he's saying technology is now, it's like, get on social media and be shameless and do what you love and love what you do and figure it out. Like, it's not comfortable to stand in front of a camera and talk. There's a learning curve. You got to figure it out.
I hate this. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't like it either.
Like Michael Jackson's like, I hate tour. Like,
I'm sitting on my I'm alone in my hotel room this morning, sitting on the floor like this with my new song, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but adapt or die. Adapt or die.
You adapt or die. And get y'all some Bitcoins, man. I'm not no ambassador for Bitcoin. I'm just trying to be a helpful, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and tell y'all Bitcoin, man, because think about it. Your world might be small right now. You might be in this little town and you never been nowhere, you never traveled, but I'm traveling. I'm hitting different countries every year. I gotta try to remember what currency is this and that and that. Nobody, if the world is based on convenience, right? What's the next tier? Money. Money has never changed in our lifetime. The best you can get is Cash App or something. But that's not really changing. It's still the same system. Bitcoin is gonna change, is changing everything. 450 million people have Bitcoin.
Pink sweats, a man for the people.
Right.
I want y'all to win, bro. And I don't want y'all to be left out because the future is gonna be amazing for a lot of people. It's gonna be grim for a lot of people.
I mean, you did say, I run through fire for you.
Nah, run, not stand. Run, not stand. Run through.
To get out.
Get out the fire.
I'm looking forward to these shows. I think when we come do things like this, it's about connecting and touching and being thankful and thanking as many people that give up. I've talked to some people that have been here for 9 years, have their kids here. You know, we're in Osan, Korea. I mean, it's an incredible place. And I want to touch as many servicemen and women as I can while we're here and just be like, yo, thank you for what you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for keeping us safe. Thank you for having us. And, you know, we get to fully pursue our dream because they're posted up, ready to go at any point in time for us. And I don't take that lightly. I mean, this is an amazing ask for both of us to be here, to be able to do what we've worked our whole lives to be able to do, to come and provide entertainment for people who've worked their whole lives to be able to keep us safe. So, hey, I'm here for it. I'm just gonna love on as many people as we can and make the most of it. Hey, yo, Pink, are you coming to this 2 p.m. walk around the base and you're gonna get strapped up and get attacked by a dog?
No,
No?
I don't do dogs.
No.
But
I don't do dogs.
You gonna watch?
I could watch y'all. I don't like dogs.
I'm gonna
Big
be like-
dogs scare the hell out. I got trauma.
Have you seen that trend that's like, it's like, I just realized I've never seen my friend sprint before. You see that?
Just gone.
Be like, yo, I realized I've never seen my band.
Yeah, when
get
I hear
attacked by a
dogs
dog before.
bark, my butthole get tight. I'm like, I'm like, yo.
You know, the craziest thing about that is like, man, you really don't have to be that fast. I just got to be faster than one of y'all.
That's right.
See, lion and gazelle. Lion and gazelle, baby. The lion start chasing, you got to start racing.
Right.
I mean, now that we're talking about it, I'm getting more nervous about it. Because
Well, you got a whole suit
you
on.
put the suit on, but then you have to run, and then they let the dog go,
Oh,
so you can't see.
Where are they gonna bite?
Well, I'm gonna put my arm out and just be like,
What if they bite
Take that.
right in between your butt cheeks? Booty. With the least padding.
I'm gonna be running.
You're just gonna be.
I'm feeling
But they
feeling
got on the
adrenaline
legs
now.
too, right? Or just the top?
I don't know.
The whole body suit.
So how you gonna run with all that? You go like this?
So you're good. Yeah, I mean, it's probably heavy. Probably can't
I mean, he's gonna hit you, and it's gonna.
take you down.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
What's
You doing
the
it?
main, What's the main factor you attribute your success to?
Here you go.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Just, I guess my faith and belief in what he put in me. You know, it's like hard to misinterpret it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just was good at playing the drums from being born. You know, so it's like, well, I guess I should stick to that. You know what I mean? I knew I wasn't good at school stuff, so music it was.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a new game. You know what I'm saying? It's like so like I be telling my wife, like, life is a video game. And people would think, oh, that's crazy. Life is not a game. Yeah, they tell people that when they into crime. Or when they gonna get killed. It's like, oh, life's not a video game. Or when you get sick, it's like, but it really is.
Right.
It's a video game because look around. You could be whatever you want to be. You could be whoever you want to be. You can walk around Earth, develop new skills. You can develop strengths.
Right.
Like, that's a video game.
They call them RPGs, which stand for role play game.
There
You
we
are
go.
playing a role, like, you know what I mean? It's literally just replicating life.
Come on.
I realized that when I was learning how to mix on Pro Tools, right? And I was like, I started getting better at it, and I started having fun. And I was like, damn, it started feeling like video games and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, nah, video games just feel like this.
And think about the feeling when you get your ass handed to you on the game.
Right.
You damn near feel depressed, right?
Right.
You be sad, you be wanting to throw the controller. How do people act when they losing their life? Or when they losing in areas of the game?
There's two responses, really. It's like you get depressed, and you get
Or you
upset,
get better.
or you like, nah, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back. Right.
Yeah, or you get better.
Right.
But a lot of people, most people are not gonna get better. That's part of the full game. Most people, you're gonna weed yourself out by being a quitter or being a negative Nancy.
Do you feel like competition is necessary for success?
Competition is natural.
Yeah.
I don't know about necessary, unnecessary. It's just natural.
But,
If
yeah,
everything went away tomorrow, the competition is who's gonna live.
Right.
A lot of life, people don't understand because they low-level thinkers. They barely understand themselves. So how you gonna understand the world at large? You can't even tell me why you get upset when somebody call you out your name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how you gonna tell me how life? You don't even know how you were.
Right.
So when you spend a lot of time either on yourself, everything gets easy to understand. Like it's just the emotions are the gatekeeper of most people playing this game of life. Like, because emotions will make you act irrational. Like think about how many people done shot somebody because they said something. It's like that's emotional.
Uh-huh.
Like, was it that deep? Well, he called me a B, and
Yeah,
I'm not nobody to play with. And now you're in jail for life.
Right.
So you are somebody to play with. Because the court just played with you, and they took you out the game. Like they took you out the game because your emotions made you throw the controller.
Right.
So a
Not
lot
even
of
through the controller. You threw somebody else's controller. Like
you took the
nerve,
controller
bro.
and ended their game.
Some nerve.
But people, that's because the emotions become the barrier. It's like if you can't manage your emotions, it's gonna be hard to manage a lot of things. And if you can't manage you as a person, you're cooked because you're the only piece of the game you can control. So it's like, whoa, every time somebody say something I don't like, I act a certain way. Well, it's gonna keep a lot of people away from you. It's hard to kind of gain skills and alliances in a game that's reliant on alliances and things like that. If nobody likes you, you get what I'm saying? So it's simple, but it's complicated. It's simple because nothing's really that complex. When you really think about it, if it's complex, that means somebody made it complex.
Right, or you're making it complex. Like if you have to do all this rah, you're probably complicating it more than it needs. Because it's like, bro, when the life comes down to it, it's like there's literally probably only like 3 real things that are important right now. It's like, oh, am I breathing? Do I have water? Stuff like that. And it's like everything else is like a later thing. You know what I mean? That can wait.
Money? Do I have enough money? It's like
My room cleaning, yeah, all that stuff.
be
It's
good.
like they like I feel like a lot of these systems, a lot of life tries to make you feel like it's like an urgent matter, it's at somebody else's benefit or something like that. But it's like,
or it's just
really,
a system
this-
of a game we can decide to play. People don't realize you don't have to play this game.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that eject themselves from the game and they say, yo, I'm gonna go live on the street. And
Or I'm gonna go build my own somewhere where they don't have control over it.
there's nowhere they don't have control, but you can eject yourself out of this version of the game into a more simple version where it's like, think about it, they got hard mode, and I don't play games that much no more, but I know they got the like expert mode, they got the easy. You can play life on easy mode. You can say, yo, get with 20 people and be like, yo, we gonna pay $100,000 for this plot of land.
Yeah.
We gonna build our own homes with necessities. It's not gonna be extravagant. You're gonna have marble floors.
And that's the same thing, because those people who play on expert level and stuff like that, it's only because it gives that sense of a greater sense of reward for them, you know what I mean? So it's like, you could do that with just necessities. Will you be as fulfilled or have as feeling of reward? Maybe. It depends on a person.
I think so.
But you think so?
I think you ever heard of the story of the man on the beach? He gets approached by a businessman. The businessman like, yo, you're a great fisherman. You should fish, catch a bunch of fish, make some money, then use that money, buy a bigger boat, catch even more fish, then sell the company to a corporation and retire on the beach. And the guy was like, well, I already live on the beach.
Even try for it until my grandma made me audition for Idol, American Idol in 2011, and that was a season that like J-Lo was on, and next thing you know, I'm like the poster boy for the whole season. Like the commercial for the season is on me, my audition. And
Did you
then
win?
after that, I didn't know what I was doing, bro. That was my first audition for Grammy.
Push you on
Top 10. No. I mean, looking back, I remember one of the producers from the show pulling me aside and he was like, dude, you got some of the most raw talent I've ever heard. He goes, go underground, you know, learn about the industry, come back on your own terms in like 5 years and you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I listened to that. And we went to, my dad and I, we moved to LA. Crickets, you know. We were young, bro, like thinking that like, because I was on the show, producers are going to call
Well,
me.
it's about to be a movie.
Yeah, like everything's about to happen. Nobody cares.
Right.
Then we moved to Nashville. Nobody cares. And then from the show, somebody hired me to come sing at a wedding in Florida, and I met my wife at that wedding. Started going back because I liked her. Started writing.
Yeah. He's like, I like her. God must want me to be over here.
Yeah. And then I ultimately moved to Orlando for her, and John Kay started there. And then just like the independent grind, trying to write and figure it out, and work with different people locally. And then we made it onto, we did some lounges in New York, and Elvis Duran picked us up and put us on the Today Show, and then labels were calling, and then we signed to Epic, and then started like writing in LA, and the rest is history. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, man.
Love that.
Crazy.
And I love that it's like your pops is there with you. Because you don't hear a lot of stories like that.
Dude, Pops, it wouldn't have happened without Pops. Pops, he was like, forget everything, I'll bankroll everything, we got a studio apartment together.
That's cool.
Him and I just like went after it for like 5 years.
I love that.
My guy.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And that's a different story. You never hear those stories in the industry.
Well, I mean, the main themes are the same, right? Like persevere. You don't know how it's gonna happen. You don't even really know what it looks like until you try a bunch of things. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, the first song for me to really go was If We Never Met, and that was the song where I was just writing the story of how I met my wife at the wedding and how I'd left Nashville and came to see her, and like all the specifics is what made it connect.
You believe words have power, right?
Yeah.
Especially with behind music.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with that combination.
When the lyric and melody match, bro,
Yeah.
like there's
Super powerful.
Yep. Melody can only take you so far, lyric can only take you so far. It's when they go together, you get something special.
It's scary, but it's also dope because some people say crazy stuff with those melodies, and it like they manifest this energy in their life. It'd be crazy, like, yeah. I feel like I manifested my whole life. Like, I was homeless, writing all these love songs, and because I just felt like nobody was doing it. And then also, I'm born on Valentine's Day. So I always liked the idea of love, but I feel like I really wasn't the type of person to actually look for love. I'm like, nah, like, love's not real. But it's just some fantasy thing to think about.
Yeah.
And like literally, what song? I wrote a song 17. But I wrote that just in the basement. I wasn't even dating anybody. I was just like, yo, I want to write a song about love. Like, imagine if I was like a kid and I found the person I love already, and I'm like, so it's crazy. Then I got married, and then my wife was so freaking dope. And I'm like, yo, all these songs, I manifested that
Like,
unknowingly.
They were about you.
Yeah,
before I met
got
you.
here.
Right.
But it was unknowing.
That's no. I feel like that is that's exactly how it works.
Saying all these but it's no real genuine good and bad. It was created.
For sure.
Because really, it's just everybody trying to survive. Like, what's good for me is making social media posts to promote my music, but to somebody else that could be distracted.
Right.
Yo, wow, I keep seeing these posts. It's addictive. It's keeping me on here. But it's like, damn, this is how I feed me and my family.
Right.
Do I stop? Somebody will say, yeah, it's the noble thing to do. I ain't noble. I'm getting my money. I ain't killing nobody.
Oh, God.
You're not strong enough to turn off the phone, like, you know, sometimes myself. What's good for one is not always great for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's sad when you really think about good and bad. It never works. Like, there's no this side and that side that's always gonna see the same good and bad.
Hell
It's like,
no.
oh, well, I think that's okay. It's not. That's why the world's in chaos.
If there was a 9 right here, and then we both looked at it, you would see a 6.
And I think people genuinely doing what they believe is right.
Yeah.
I don't think most people are doing something that they genuinely feel in their heart or soul is wrong.
Well, but that's where. But I also I believe heavily in truth. You know, I mean, we can argue right and wrong, but truth. Like if you dive into truth, let's say biblical truth, righteousness, put on the armor, then you are going to change what you believe is right and wrong from the inside out, which will ultimately, slowly, change is not easy. Take it from me. And I also believe in timing, and even to hear you and watch you guys like go after this right here is really encouraging to me, because I kind of hit a place in my career where it was adapt or die. And, you know, I got in right when streaming was king, before social media was king, and I was kind of for years and years and years, very resistant to the idea of setting up and talking in front of a camera. But like you said, bro, like, find joy in it, and you got to eat, and you got to feed your family. Like, I'm in that process of, like, really just looking at myself in the mirror and saying, like, you know what, babe, like, we have everything. If all I have to do is find the confidence, the faith, and the belief within to talk to a camera like I like it. Like that
You know,
is it. So thank you, bro. Like watching you guys just like chop it up.
My wife listens too.
Mine too, bro. She hit me this morning.
Well, I'm a yapper.
Right.
I'm a natural yapper. Like, I like to talk about things that are interesting.
Process things
But
out.
I don't like art. Art is sacred to me, bro.
Right.
I feel like my art is how I deal with my traumas, my pains, my highs, my lows. It's a source of income, but the root is that. Like, if there was no money, people would still be making music. It just wouldn't be our career. But so
Right.
I think for us, it's difficult because you start feeling like a gimmick. It's like you have to battle between.
It doesn't look as fake as it feels.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying?
But
artists feel like, oh,
there's-
am I being fake? I don't know.
Right. And that's why I love that series that you did with live vocals. That series that you did posted up, and ultimately that was the one that went. I love that. I mean, it takes a little more effort, set it up, sync it, and get it going. But like,
For sure.
it was genuine, you know.
I think there is a discrepancy there too, though. Like when we say we're like, man, I really hate this. I hate being in front of the camera and like having to, fake or blah blah blah. Because just especially with like what I do and like the people I'm around. The Russell, when he does it, he literally doesn't talk to the camera ever.
Yeah.
It's just like there will be someone with one of these and he just lives his life normally. And then it'll be on all the time and you'll cut whatever doesn't work. But you know what I mean? Once you post something, it's like he just lives his life completely normal.
Like
so it's like,
there.
while it's adapt or die, it also is adapt. If you want to adapt well, adapt to a way that doesn't feel like, oh, I'm dying to do this adaptation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there is a way where it doesn't feel that
I mean,
way. It just takes a
all we're
lot
talking
of
about
trial
is,
and error.
You know what? At the end of the day, we have to take our ego out of it.
For sure.
And we've got to find joy in
Hell
the
yeah.
mundane. And a lot of this stuff is very mundane, but it doesn't look like that to other people.
Yeah.
So, it's about finding joy and having peace.
I will say though, the thing people connect with most I've seen is when you can sit right here and be like, man, I hate having to do, you know what I mean? Like when you're just talking like a real human, and they're like, yeah, man,
You
like
know what?
they
It's a new system too, because
talk
like,
to me.
the old system is promote the music, do the lip sync. Humans get bored fast. So
Right.
it's better to be ahead of the trend than behind the trend. So like what Lil Russell's doing is technically, I'm not gonna say he's starting a trend because I'm not on everybody's social media, but for me, he's starting a trend because I'm seeing an artist that's just talking.
Right.
I'm not just always seeing music but here's the thing, everybody's not meant to be known.
Because I hear you and I understand the concept you're talking about, but
Imagine
when I
Jesus,
think of
he died. I'm always gonna use Jesus because he
Right.
was saying things people didn't want to hear. They killed this man.
right.
Because they're like, yo, what are you talking about? You can't say that. All
Right.
he's trying to do is be a good man.
Yeah, I guess
Do
it just
righteous
it
things.
depends on values because like what we're talking about Jesus, but Jesus is has the most longevity of anything ever. You know what I
Talk
mean?
about followers.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying
This
now,
nigga got the
we
most followers.
standing here,
Now.
but
Right,
in the
right.
timeline, he was born at a certain point. He died at 30 years old, 33.
Right, and
But he attracted the people that followed him, and I'll use this example for you too.
I don't want y'all to follow me and I get
But the people that follow you love you for your voice.
This
And
is
an
exactly.
important part. I used to write and make music as if it needed to be perfect and packaged for the whole world to love.
Right.
That's not true. That is a way to get trapped, because now you're trying to please the world. And the one thing we know about Jesus, he didn't come to please the world. And so there are how many users on Instagram? Hundreds of millions.
300 million, I think.
Minimum, probably more now. So it's like, we're not looking for for all of the people in the world to follow us, you know, and that was a trap that I fell into. And now the more confidence that I get in myself, it's like I would rather be honest and have people unfollow me because I'm not getting them what they want, and have the people that actually want to know me follow me along for me, and get a following of people that want to hear my voice, rather than people. If you're afraid, or I say something that's going to offend you, it's one little button. Just press it, please, and unfollow me. That's all good.
That's exactly where I was going to. Like longevity, like depended on your values and stuff like that. Like if you're speaking exactly what you mean and stuff like that, like you could turn some people off, but the 1%, which is like the real, true fans who love you and just want to know you, and who might want to know the person, maybe even if they don't know the music, you know what I mean? Those are the people who are the most invested, and those are the people who are really doing the most for you. They're probably the ones
who are going to come
to the show, buying your merch, you know what I mean? Those are the people where it goes the furthest, you know what I mean? And that's what I also mean by longevity, because it's like, well, when we're talking about music, it's like there's also a point where it's like stuff starts to slow down. You know what I mean? And it's like, who would still be there?
Yeah.
It would be them over, you know what I mean?
I think that the more truth you speak out loud, depending on the truth, you're going to be persecuted in certain ways. And I think in the age of social media, which is the most unnatural form of communication, people have access to more than you. And that's what bothers me, is that when I say my truth, it's not just me taking bullets. You got family, and it's like everybody didn't sign up for that.